Hey guys, welcome back to another Mario game development. Or what did I name this videos? Let's make a Mario game. There we go. Let's make a Mario game video. I know it's been a long time. I apologize, but it's time to get back on this. I have not looked at this project since forever, so I have no idea what's going on. Just a little bit, maybe just a little bit, you know. I just opened it up just like right now, so I didn't even know. I probably should have looked at it beforehand just to familiarize myself a little bit, but I did not do that. So let's play it. Let's see where we at. So this is where we left off last time, right? I believe so. So we have we can jump up and down. We can duck. All right. And now we have Chuck jumping up and down depending on the distance. If I'm far away, he jumps higher, and if I get closer, he jumps closer, right? So what we have to do now is basically add the functionality where he has to follow me. I know what. So you know what? Let's play to the actual game really quick. So this is the game. It's a pretty new project. Okay, I don't want to go through all this stuff. Okay. And let's go, I believe it's this one? No. This one? Yes, it is. Oh, I forgot how to move here. Okay. I forgot for a second how to move in here. How do you run? Okay. Ah. That looks up, jump. Okay. Got it. No, I did not have it. My bad. Again. Oh, forgot about you. Almost forgot about you. I I don't need you. I don't need ya. I have it here anyway. Let's pass through all of these guys. Oops. Ooh, okay. I want to go back. Go back. So I may need this though. On to Papa. All right. So we're finally here now. So we have this. So it definitely jumps higher, faster than how I have it. But we'll tweak that later. I just want to have the functionality in there first, and then we start tweaking it after. You can start tweaking it now if you guys want to make it feel how it is. So we have that, right? And as I get closer, he does this. Which kinda, he does what I am doing, right? Let's see, I think mine jumps, right? Instead of doing what I am doing right there. Yeah, mine jumps. Why did I thought that was jumping? Okay. I mean, I had the functionality, just the animation's wrong. No, he does jump. Look at that. He does jump. It's just that he does it really quick. He jumps slower, and mine jumps a little bit higher. Okay, so that's when I'm nearby. How do you change the camera to point that way? Hold on. Now he does that back. I know if I jump, he jumps with me. Let's see. He jumps with me when I jump up. So that's another functionality that we need to add. If I jump beforehand, he jumps as well. So I'll make sure to write that down, but I'm not going to do that in this video. Or depending, I will see if there's any time. But okay, so let's smack him once. He does the animation, and then he tries to follow me. He's like looking for me. He comes back. He's basically trying to go back and forth. He runs back and forth. Do we even have the animations? So let's pause this. How do you pause this? P Q. Because I don't want to die. I'll probably die if I don't pause it. There we go. There we go. Alright. I want to know, do I even have the animations here? Animations, or I mean textures, I guess. Mario sprites. No, not Mario sprites. Enemies. Oh, yes, I do. Charge. Okay. Then I believe you should guys have this. I'll make sure after this video to make sure the project has the things that you guys need. But either way, we do have the running animation or charge, whatever. So let's make them follow me, right? I already detect if the target's within distance, so I believe I can still use the same thing. But before I even do that, chase state. I forgot. I guess this is where he moves back and forth, right? Or charge state. Was it charge state? I think it was charge state, right? If I'm within distance, he follows me. So I guess it's charge state when he's moving back and forth. So in here, what you can do is I did plan to have 2 different spawn points. Not spawn points, but waypoints, I mean. Where he will charge to this location and charge to this location. So he moves back and forth. I can either have it so that he charges. Alright, let's play it. So that I can point to something. I'm not talking like out in there. So what I can do is that I can have the first waypoint to be here. And either the other waypoint to be here, so he moves back and forth here. Or I could have instead of setting the first one to be here, it could be someone set here, so he charges back and forth from within this distances. So I just guess it just depends on how I want to do it. I'm trying to figure that out right now. How do I want to do it? Let's have a void. Let's have initialize here. I think I do have initialize, right? Otherwise this will break on me. No, oh, okay, that's fine. Let's create it. And chuck. Have initialized here. We call it the base. Make sure. Oh. Wait, hold on. How do you do this? Forgive me. It's been a while. I've been touching too much Java script lately. Oh, Unity, I mean. Too much Unity lately. Okay. So we got enemy. We make sure to initialize that. And let's go to Chuck in the header. And I forgot where to put that at. Let's create it down here. Let's create 2 vector 3s. And we have charge waypoint 1 and vector 3. I mean, you know what, you could do another thing that probably save me stuff. Let's do this instead. Let's do this instead. Float X start position. No, wait, hold on. Let me have my naming convention correctly. X start position. Or just start pause X, I mean. That makes more better. That sounds better. And we have M charge distance, right? Do I really want to do that? I mean, if anything, I can always change it later. And let's make sure all of this gets set to 0. Okay. Velocity set to 0. Or charge distance. Let's see. Let's make it 10. Charge distance. Start pause can be initialized here. And that will be the M entity. Get position. That get X. That'll be the start position, right? Do with this. One of my headphones keep dying on me. Hold on, let me plug in my headphones. Oh, you know why he dies on me? Because it's not playing anything in the background. It's not playing anything in the background. Let's play something for now. I hope you guys cannot hear that. Because last time I did that, you were able to hear it in the background. Okay, anyway, I'm wasting time. Okay, so we have this. Now we have to determine which direction I'm going first. So then once we reach there, we go to a different direction. So let's see what I can do with that. Once I reach there, okay, I could do that actually. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, so we have start pause and we have a charge distance. So we can have a float. We can have desired X. Desired, did I spell that correctly? No, I did not spell that correctly. Desired X pause. We'll pause X. It will be M start pause X plus M charge distance, right? That'll be the desired position that I want to go to. I mean, it probably would have been better if I used vectors, so that way I don't have to do the things that I'm planning on doing. Float direction, which will be a desired pulse X minus the M entity get position that get X. We'll have a distance, which will be, let's put direction X. Let's do a square root. Not square root. The distance squared actually. So once you say if distance, if I spell that correctly, it's less than, let's say 2 times 2f. Since it's squared, I'll probably put squared here actually. SQRD squared, distance squared. Then what you want to do every time he goes, is flip this one. You want to flip that. Okay, and now we have the direction. Well, I probably will have to have it squared, don't I? I mean square root of it actually, because I want the length of this. So, I mean, I can cheat it and say if it's less than, depending on which side this is, I can make it turn to that direction. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal, actually. Squared F. Squared F. So it actually will be an actual distance. You say divide equals by distance. And then we charge or move. Do we have a move function or anything that I can use? No, I do not. Okay. So, see velocity. Vector 3 vel equals direction x times dt, and then we could have speed on it. Let's see how this looks first. Let's say M entity set velocity. Yeah, I need to fix this. Well, you know what? I don't even have to do that. Forget about that, I can just do that, and the rest will be zeros. Set velocity to that, right? Let's see how this looks. One thing we gotta change is change the hit to 2 now. So let's pretend that he's hit now. And let's see how this looks like. Is it moving at all? Or is it just because it's too small? Yeah, it is moving, but it's just so small. Okay, what is the actual player speed? The player speed is 10. Let's move it by 10. Let's see how it looks like. Truck. That's right. Da, da, da. We'll have a variable for it soon. Oh, even 10 is small. Interesting. Is that really how I'm moving Mario? With speed? Apply horizontal speed. I'm moving left. Speed is this. Normal if I'm not jumping. And I add it to player position. Oh, okay, because I keep adding it to it. And I have a max horizontal velocity. Yeah, I could do that. I will have to have like another class that will have all this stuff, so I don't have to call it twice. So another thing that I can do instead. So I have that. You will need a velocity here actually. Vector 3 bell equals m entity get velocity. Or should I? You know what? Let's have it on top. Let's have that on top of here. And here it's a bell dot set x bell. No, not bell direction. Oh no, yeah, my bad. Bell that get x plus direction x times 10 times dt. Wait, I don't think I need to do dt here actually. I think that's why it's slow right now. Yeah, my bad. I don't have to set direct. I don't need to set that. Get x. I don't need to set the other ones if I don't have to. And then here I say if bell dot get x is greater than max horizontal velocity, then bell dot set x to max horizontal velocity. I set that, and in here, when I change directions, make sure you set it back to 0. Otherwise, it's gonna take, well, yeah. Because in here, one thing is that he pauses once he reaches that location for a little bit, and then he goes for another thing. But we'll do that in a bit. I believe that should do it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Okay. Alright. Well, it's probably because the distance is small now. If distance is less than... no. No, what I need to do is update that. Update the charge distance to it'll be higher than 10. Let's make that 50, right? Okay. Another thing that we need to do. See, let's look at this really quick. It goes back and forth, pauses, and it goes back and forth. Pauses, go back and forth. The only thing I'm questioning now is that I'm not sure if he actually pauses in the same direction or not. Okay. You need to have another state where he pauses. A pause state. And here, you're going to say m state equals pause state. And we'll create a case saying pause state. And we'll have a pause timer here. Let's create here a float pause timer. Let me set that to 0. And we can have a const float pause time. And we can have it, this for now, let's make him wait for a second. So in here, pause timer equals paused time. Excuse me. I'm not. See, I'm telling you, I'm using Unity. Dang it. Okay. DT. And say if pause timer is less than or equal to 0, we change the state back to charge state. Okay, he doesn't even go here. Oh, another thing, just say return. Oh, I know why. It's because of this. Okay. Or equals pause state. Return. Whoa. Whoa. No, I don't think I need to set that back to 0. Actually, what I can do is set it up here instead. So that way it doesn't get reinitialized twice. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. The only thing is that probably the distance has to be a little further away. But you know what? Oh, but yeah. So let's go to the game scene. I believe it's game scene. Yes. We will want to add another animation. And I forgot what I named it. I don't think I've called it yet. So let's go top of game scene initialize. And we'll initialize. Let's initialize 2, right? We'll initialize the charge. And we'll initialize the idle. I don't think I've idle yet. Alright, so let's go to chuck charge. Initialize that. Animation speed, animation name. Columns, rows, I don't need to call that. Let me set it to animation. And let's change the idle one as well. Let's go chuck idle. So now that we have that, do I set the enemy. Yes, there we go. Okay. So what I want to do in here is called Chuck Charge. Otherwise, in timer, call it idle. Idle. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I gotta flip it too, but okay. One is not animating, so that's one thing to look at. How am I animating Mario? I don't think that matters. Doesn't matter if I'm walking? If I need to set that? Hold on. It's been a while. Oh yeah, it does matter. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's go to charge. Initialize those two. Set its looping. Nope. She hasn't. Nope. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I get no errors. Why doesn't it update animation? It's been a while. Initialize peak texture frames, width and height. Right, width and height. You should go to this one. It frames this one, which is not. I figure out why that doesn't work. It's active, so it's updating. How do I update in player when I'm walking? Do I just call walking or do I... Yeah. Play animation. Excuse me. Play animation. Interesting. I don't know why. Is it... No. Let me see. Play. Peak. If it plays the same one multiple times, it should. Return. So I get the name of the animation. If it's the same, I return. So I'm not playing the same one. That is interesting. That is interesting. Or maybe instead of setting one, actually animation speed could be bigger than that. That's probably the issue. And if it is, I apologize. I didn't realize that till now. Yep, it is. Okay, so we kind of have something similar in there. Because he moves, the animation he moves faster. But I'm about to die here. Dang. Okay, animation speed moves a lot faster than that. So let's have 300 there to see how that looks. Okay, that works. Now I gotta flip it. Let's flip it then. Chuck, 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 chuck. Chuck, 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 chuck. So if direction is this is direction? Yes. The direction is less than 0. That means I'm going left. So what I want to do is say M entity set scale. Set that to -1. 1. I don't know why I set it as 0 default. I should have it at 1 for the rest. Else it is at 1. Chuck. Oh. What is my actual... what is my default? I think it's bigger than that, isn't it? Oh, you know what? Yeah. I'm like, oh, so small. World scale, that's what it is. My bad. World scale. World scale. And of course, I can even read it here. How do I do it in Mario? Oh, okay, that's smart. I'll do that then. Oh, that looks better. I have a vector 3 scale. It goes entity scale. Get scale. And say if that could be as regular. I'm not ever changing this one anyway. Otherwise, it'll just be a regular not regular. It'd just be a fab. So that. Yeah, one thing I could do much better actually. Instead of calling it here, just calling it at the bottom. So no matter what I do in anything here with the chuck, no matter what I do with him, what direction, I will always update it. I gotta figure out what he does go through the ground though, but I'll look into that. Just make sure everything should be right. Like the size of it is correct. But yeah. So there we go. Maybe increase the distance a little bit more. Like I say, all it depends now is just on tweaking stuff. Like maybe pause time, he waits a little bit, 2 seconds this time. I can have it so that maybe the distance is a little bit bigger, maybe 75 this time. I do find it weird. Oh, you know what? I never checked the other direction of it. All right, that's one thing to check. I never checked the negative side of this. That's why it looks like it's going faster when it's going left. Nope, I don't know what direction I'm going, so I have to actually check both. Am I doing both of Mario? Yeah, I am. So I guess I have to do it to this one too. So if it's less than that, you set it less than that. Cool. That'll be an else if. There we go, much better. I do got. Now we'll look into that. Maybe the texture is a little bit bigger. At least I'm assuming so. Dang, it's half an hour in this video already? Dang, how time flies on this. We're not even halfway done with this. I haven't detected a player yet. I mean, everybody's doing what I wanted to do, which is great. Next thing. I'll explain at the end of the video. I have another plan that we gotta do. So we have this before my timer runs on me. Come on. Okay, I attacked him twice. Ooh, oh, time ran out. I was like, what? Time up, I don't care. Let's go back. Oh, okay, halfway. Awesome. No movie. Just in case I get hit by something, I don't know. Never know. So we have this guy here. Oop, attacked him twice. So he does this, it follows me. And he pauses right after I changed the direction. So you go to pause time and then we'll go to that one. Okay. Alright, so that's what it's doing right now. Okay. So we have that. We got a charge state. We need a target to chase. I do have a target here. I'm not sure I'm setting it though. Oh, is target within? Yeah, I am setting it. Okay. Is target within distance? Yeah, I do have it. Where's that function at? I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I am setting it. Awesome. Which is completely awesome. So you have a chase state, right? Right here. If oh, hold on, let me second this. Go to check state in here. Oh, it already goes to chase state. Awesome. The only thing I had to figure out here actually is I have to check here if I'm not in chase state already. Because if I'm in the chase state and then I change direction, I still want it to go to pause. I know I gotta figure out when it changes direction that I gotta stop it. But let's make him follow me first. Let's have a vector 3. To target, we have M target that. Oh, it's a pointer, right? Okay, position. It's a con, so I may not be able to subtract that till down here. Minus equals my player position. I probably don't even care about the Y actually. Set Y to 0. And then we do the same thing. So float distance. We get a to target to get length or length. To target divided by equal by distance. So I could get a direction. I don't even have to check distance. I mean, I probably could do a on collision check on this, so I probably didn't even have to check distance. The only thing I have to check is if I change direction. How would I check to see if I change directions here? We normalize it, by the way. And then we set. I mean, one thing I gotta do first, not first, but have a speed and a charge speed. We have a float M speed. So then by default it's this. So down here, let's change this to from 10 and change it to speed. I think that's about it. And in here we gotta change it to I gotta get my velocity. Oops. Get my velocity. And I believe I'm doing the same thing here. I probably should have a to target and times speed. M speed and just make it a little bit faster. Let's do 1.5 for now. And and set that bell. I don't need to do that here now. I can just set it there. So he follows me. The only thing I gotta check is how do I check to see if he changes my direction? So we have here, then I change direction. I normalize this, so this will always either be 1 or -1. Right, so I guess I gotta keep track of it. Or my previous target. Yeah, I gotta keep track of it. I was trying to figure out if there's a way for not tracking it. I mean, velocity is going slower. No, I gotta keep track of it. Unless you guys can think of something, like always, feedback is always awesome. Let's see, float. Previous target direction. Let me set that to 0. Or it could be an int. Actually, it'll be better off if it's an int. Because testing against floats sometimes can be sucky. It doesn't work all the time. So, what I wanted to do is say, 1, check to see if target equals 0. If it does, then we want to set it to target get x. So that initializes it at first. And then we gotta check if target direction does not equal to target get x. That means we change direction. We set that to equal to target get x. And we go to mPause state. mState equals pause state. And make sure velocity equals 0. Actually, you know what? Let's do that on top. Let's do that on top, like I did earlier. And then say bell dot set x is 0. Right? 0. It doesn't go out of that. Change the state to pause state. Now follow it. I don't think I may need this, actually, but let's see. Because either way, that first one will not equal that. If I am within distance. Oh. Okay, now he is still there. Okay, maybe I do need it. Oh, you know why? I don't need to go to charge state. Or either way, I should be updating to this anyway. So even if I change to a different one, my check state should take me to shade state. Even if after was changes to a charge state. So either way, that does not matter. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? No, actually, you know what? Set this back to 0 instead of setting it to that. Let's set it to that. So that when next time it comes here, it initializes it. That's trying to figure out why it doesn't follow me. Why it does not follow me when it comes to here? I'd like to know what it's doing right now. Let's see what it does right now. So I'm gonna chase dates, right? Normalize. It's -1. I go to that direction. It's -1, so you're not you shouldn't even go there. Set. Oh, I know what it is. Why did I not get that earlier? The wonders of debugging, right? Like, oh shoot. Oh, that should not happen. That should not happen. That should not happen. I go to pause date, so why am I still following it? Another thing is probably I'm not setting the pause timer. So it automatically goes to that direction. There we go. Alright. Cool. I mean, it's not perfect though, but definitely it's something that we gotta tweak. How far does it follow me forever? How do I run in this? If I want to run. I know I can run, right? Or maybe I haven't added that functionality yet. Have I? Playa. Moving left. Crouching, jumping. Moving right. Speed. No, I have not had it yet. Okay, I thought it did. Okay. Well, there you go, guys, for what we have. So what he does, he runs back and forth. And stays idle between the transitions. We can detect the player now, so he chases within the distance. Which is what we have. I'm not entirely sure what else he needs. I think the other part is where he, when I jump, he jumps too. Okay. I'm not sure if it has any other bugs here that I do not know. Okay, let's change it. Let's change this back to 3. When I go down, he jumps further. Do I want to do that? Just trying to figure out what I want to do. I mean, initially we should be in the same height, though, right? Because right now I can't determine if my player is jumping at the moment. So I was detecting maybe I could check the Ys. I mean, they both should be at the same Y at the moment. So once I jump, it knows like, oh, he jumped. So, um, um, I should have my target already set. So target dot get arrow dot get position dot get Y. It's greater. Or I can even check my velocity. If that even works, if that works better. Get velocity, get Y. It's greater than 0, so that means my velocity is... I'm not entirely sure if it's positive or negative. Is it positive when I go... I don't know, jumping. Gravity, I add gravity. Gravity is positive, so it's down, so that means it should be negative. So if it's less than, that means it it is if I am within target distance, which I am, and I'm jumping, you don't want to do that. So it has to be how do you say it does not equal less than? No, you can't say that, right? You just have to say if it equals 0. I have to say 0 though. I can't say greater. Okay, let's see how that looks. I already set it at 3. So if I'm within distance. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got it. Alright. Well, there we go, guys. There we go. That's about it that we have. Because I believe after... dang it, I'm forgetting. How do you jump here? There we go. Did he die already or did he leave? Hold on. Dang. I didn't mean to pass it. No, I don't want to go up there. Don't make me go up there. Dang. Go back down. I didn't tell you to go up there, bro. I didn't tell you to go up there. So let's go here. Again, one more time. Oh, dang. Wrong button. Okay, I want to go back in there and see if I didn't miss anything. There's one thing that I know I haven't done yet, which I'll probably end up doing later. And he's jumping over obstacles. So he can't do that if he catches Mario at a certain time. He'll jump over an obstacle, or at least he'll try to jump over something. The only problem is there's no point in doing that right now since there's no collisions. Since there's no collisions, it doesn't really matter. So let's jump over. Oh, there we go. So you keep following me. First hit, so it's 2 hits. 1 hit. Second, oh. He does the same thing over and over, right? Oh, you freaking dino. I don't want to die. I think he probably has more health. Okay. So it looks like he does the same thing, but I know there's one last thing that I haven't done, and he does jump over obstacles if he catches Mario at a certain time. But like I said, I'm not going to do that yet because there's no collisions at the moment. So, but yeah, I guess I'll just end the video here. I hope you guys liked this video. It was a little slow. Apologize. Like I said, I'm just starting once again. But yeah. And in the next video, I did mention. I wanted to tell you guys is that in the next video we'll be tweaking the values that we need to do before we keep going. So we make sure Mario walks almost the same amount of distance he does. He jumps as high as he's supposed to, and yeah, we start tweaking those values, and we'll start continuing after that, or whatever we have next, which is the other enemies actually. The other enemies should be quicker, but I'm planning to have separate videos for each one of them, so it doesn't have to be too long. I know it'll probably end up being like 20-minute videos on each anyway, or more, but I hope not. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize it was a little bit long. You know, almost an hour. I couldn't believe it actually took me that long. But yeah. In the next video we'll tweak the values. And I also look into the directory to see if there's any issues going on, not in the GitHub directory. Make sure the project's working. Like always, if you just grab the project now, you will have errors. But once you start following my videos, those errors will get fixed because it doesn't have the classes that you guys that we will be creating in these videos. So you will have some errors. I do have the README file, text file there, so if you guys actually read those, then you should stay there. But anyway, I'll see you guys later, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Signing out.